Okay, I'm going to throw a bowl now. I've thrown a plate, I've also thrown a cylinder, but pulling a bowl is a little different. So again, we'll get it centered, left over right. I'll do a little coning again, just to get that clay really blended well. Once I'm centered, I'm going to open the same way I would a cylinder, point, close the circle until I get to the middle, and curl my finger. I'm going to go down, and again, whenever you're not sure how much further to go, you can stop and check with a needle tool. You can stop and stick a needle in the bottom and then measure that. Okay, but now, with a cylinder, you're going to make a hook, or a fish hook, or a J, to make a corner. Here, it's different. I'm going to keep my middle finger in the middle, and I'm going to lay my hands down. So I'm pulling it down. Again, that kind of dropping the hand like this. Okay? And then once I've got it open like that, then I'm going to come up the side, and back down, and up, and back down. So I'm kind of making this nice little concave opening. Okay, until I have something that looks like that. Now I'm ready to start my pulls. So I lay that hand here. For a bowl, the inside hand is going to be higher than the outside. So I'm going to drive underneath here. I'm going to gather the clay with my fingers and pull. Squeeze, and out I go. Okay? And then that was just kind of a first gentle pull. Now I'll do a second one. I'm going to grab that clay, and I'm going to lift, and I'm pulling towards me. It really is a pull. It's like I'm stretching gum, or I'm stretching a rubber band. Okay? Now, the thing you want to be careful of is you don't want to have a pothole in the middle. So you don't want to have a little hole and then it comes out. You want it to start off and be continuous. So we'll do one more. And I'm pulling. You see how open my outside hand is? See how I call this turning the key. You grab the key and you turn the ignition. With a bowl, you're going to turn the ignition. With a cylinder, you don't turn the ignition, so that's the way we look at it. Now, that's a pretty good. I've pulled the clay out pretty far. Okay. Now you might have to decide. Okay, well, what kind of bowl do I want? Do I want a straight wall bowl, or do I want to shape it? So to shape it, I might drive with this middle finger out like an ice cream scoop, so that I begin to belly out. Now I have more of a bellied out bowl. Okay. You always, though, once you've stretched the clay, when I get back in there, I like to compress the clay. So metal rib or rubber rib would be great. I'm going to come in there and I'm just going to gently compress. Okay. You can put a little lip on there if you want. Come in here and just kind of lay that over. Okay, make a little lip to the plate. You can roll that in instead, the opposite direction. People really like those bowls better. Okay, some people like to leave throw rings in their pot, so that's just a matter of where you leave kind of a deep gash with your fingers in the body of the pot. And that one's got much more bold, pronounced throw rings on it. Okay, there are all kinds of things. Some people even like to kind of square them off. Push it there, and then kind of come up. I kind of like doing this. Kind of squaring that side, and then I like to kind of play with that a little bit. I can come in, start pushing in at different rates. This is now more fancy decorative work, but you saw the basics of the bowl. But now what to do with it, this is kind of a fun way to treat that. get that, and then you can clean that up with that sponge. So again, the basics of a bowl: make sure that it's an open-faced pot. Make sure that when you're pulling, the inside hand is higher than the outside, and that should do it for you.